My parents blamed me. Theft for years, destroying my trust. Now, the real culprit's arrest left them begging for forgiveness. I was 15 when money started disappearing from my mom's purse. First it was a 20, then a 50, then hundreds at a time. My parents sat me down at the kitchen table and asked if I knew anything about it. I told them the truth. I had no idea where their money was going. But they didn't believe me. I was the only kid still living at home. My older brother Derek had moved out for college 2 years earlier. My dad worked construction and my mom was a nurse, so they were both gone during the day, which meant I was the only one home alone after school. Their logic made sense, I guess. Who else could it be? The accusations started small. Did you take money for video games? Are you buying stuff online? I kept saying no, but they wouldn't drop it. Then my dad installed a lock on their bedroom door. That's when I knew they really thought I was stealing from them. They started counting their cash every night, writing down the amounts in a little notebook, checking their bank statements constantly. Every time money went missing, I'd get called into their room for another interrogation. The worst part wasn't even the accusations. It was watching them look at me like I was some kind of criminal. My own parents didn't trust me anymore. My mom started hiding her purse in her car. My dad would glare at me during dinner like he was waiting for me to confess. I stopped bringing friends over because I was embarrassed. How do you explain to your buddies that your parents think you're a thief? That summer, almost $2,000 disappeared from their savings envelope. Money they'd been putting aside for a new roof. My dad absolutely lost it. He tore apart my room looking for the cash, dumped out my drawers, checked under my mattress, went through every pocket of every piece of clothing I owned. He found nothing because I didn't take it, but that didn't matter. They were convinced I'd hidden it somewhere or already spent it. My mom cried and said she didn't even know who I was anymore. They grounded me for the entire summer. No phone, no computer, no leaving the house except for my part-time job at the grocery store. Even then, my dad would call my manager to make sure I actually showed up for my shifts. I was so angry and hurt that I barely spoke to them. Just went to work, came home, ate dinner in silence, and stayed in my room. The day I turned 18, I moved out, got a tiny apartment with 2 roommates and worked full-time while finishing high school. My parents didn't even try to stop me. I think they were relieved I was gone. We barely talked for the next 3 years. I'd see them maybe twice a year at holidays, and it was always awkward and tense. They never apologized, never admitted they might have been wrong. Last month, I got a call from my mom at 7 in the morning. She was crying so hard I could barely understand her. I almost hung up, but something in her voice made me stay on the line. Derek got arrested, she said, for stealing from his roommates. I felt my stomach drop. My older brother, the golden child who could do no wrong, had been caught stealing thousands of dollars over the past year. When the cops searched his apartment, they found a whole system. Fake IDs, credit card skimmers, even a notebook where he'd been tracking his thefts. Turns out Derek had been stealing from our parents since high school. He'd make copies of their house key, come over when no one was home, and take whatever cash he could find. After he moved out for college, he'd still come by during the day when they were at work. The new bedroom lock didn't matter because he had a key to that too. All those years, it was him. My own brother was letting me take the blame while he kept stealing. My mom begged me to come over so they could explain. I didn't want to, but curiosity got the better of me. When I walked into that house, my dad couldn't even look at me. He just sat on the couch with his head in his hands. My mom kept apologizing over and over, saying they should have believed me, that they destroyed our relationship over something I didn't do. She said they'd been wrong about everything and wanted a chance to make it right. My dad finally looked up and I could see he'd been crying. He said he thinks about that summer every day. How he tore apart my room, called me a liar, made me feel like garbage in my own home. He said he'll never forgive himself for choosing to believe the worst about me. They wanted to know if I could ever forgive them. I sat there looking at these 2 people who were supposed to protect me, who instead spent years making me feel like a criminal. The honest answer was, I didn't know if I could forgive them. 3 years of being treated like I was worthless doesn't just go away because they finally learned the truth. I told them I needed time to think about it. As I was leaving, my mom grabbed my arm and said she understood if I never wanted to see them again, that she wouldn't blame me. Derek's facing serious charges now. Multiple counts of theft and fraud. My parents are dealing with the fact that their perfect son destroyed 2 families, theirs and mine. I still don't know if I'll ever have a real relationship with them again, but at least now they know the truth.